In this example, we're going to look at different types of probability. Think about the probability of Man United winning the Premiership. How can we assign a number to this? The only way is to look at the situation purely subjectively. It's a best guess. Somebody who's a dyed-in-the-wool Man United fan might guess the probability to be here, somewhere close to 1. In other words, this person would believe that Man United are very likely to win the Premiership. On the other hand, a Chelsea fan might well go for a probability more like this, thinking that Man United have very little chance of winning the Premiership. Here we have a different situation. What is the probability of getting ahead when you toss a coin? If we assume the coin is fair, which means equally likely to land heads or tails, then we're assigning a probability of 1/2. This is known as a theoretical probability, because we've assigned a probability to the event. Most probabilities you come across when you're studying will be theoretical probabilities. There is a third situation. What is the probability of getting a red Smartie if you choose one from a packet at random? Here we don't know directly, but what we can do is perform an experiment. The experiment would involve buying lots of packets of Smarties and counting how many red ones we get. So this is our first introduction to a probability experiment. We go to the shops, we buy lots of packets of Smarties, and we open them to see how many red ones we get. Let's suppose that we got 100 red Smarties after we've seen 1,000 Smarties. 100 divided by 1,000 is 0.1. So the probability of getting a red one, according to our experiment, is 0.1. If we were then to open more packets, we might find that this probability varied. It will vary because the answer will always be the number of red ones that we've found divided by the total number of Smarties we've seen. Note in the situation with our coin, where we assigned a theoretical probability by assuming that the coin was fair. If we didn't know this, we could easily have performed an experiment in the same way that we did with the Smarties. We could toss the coin lots and lots of times and count how many heads we get. However, this same technique is impossible for deciding how likely it is for Manchester United to win the Premiership. We can't play the Premiership many times in the same year under the same conditions with the same players. That's why assigning a probability here is purely subjective. It's just somebody's guess.